Firstly, can I take the opportunity to pay tribute to Rhona Malone and to say how deeply troubling I think the findings of the tribunal were, and I would commend her bravery in taking that case. The findings, though, do paint a picture that should trouble all of us, and I think it's really important that in confronting these issues, as we all must do, that we do not consider that any case like this, or do not assume that any case like this is necessarily an isolated incident. And secondly, that we do not assume that any organisation in our society, however well respected that organisation is by all of us, is somehow immune from the misogynistic culture that pervades our whole society. So the findings of this tribunal must be taken seriously, and I welcome the response of Police Scotland yesterday to accept the findings and express its seriousness in addressing these issues. More generally, though, this is a further reminder, and there have been too many painful reminders of this in recent weeks, that on the spectrum of unacceptable experiences on the part of women, and it is a spectrum that goes from inappropriate comments through to discrimination in the workplace, through to violence and serious sexual assault. Behind all of the behaviours, experiences rather, on that spectrum lies unacceptable behaviour on the part of men. And that is the problem that has to be addressed and has to be rectified. Now, I'm old enough and have seen like all women, at some stage of that spectrum, I've experienced this over the years. So I don't say this lightly because, it's taken too long to get to this point. But I hope we are finally at a watershed moment and a turning point where we stop expecting women to fix these problems and we put the full glare where it belongs on men who behave in a deeply unacceptable and misogynistic way. And I would say to all men in this chamber and all men across the country, challenge it if it's on the part of other men that you know. Challenge your own behaviour, and then let's collectively, as a society, turn the page and turn the corner so that women can live free of the fear of harassment, abuse, intimidation, violence and, in the worst cases, death.